This is a segment where we take a look at a board game based on an IP. I tell you the IP and the mechanisms match. Today we're looking at WWF Wrestling Challenge. Play Wrestling Challenge is very easy. You're going to get a number of wrestlers based on the player count and a power card to go with each of your wrestlers. You will start your pawn out on one of your wrestlers you choose, and then you roll the dice to move. You can move any direction you want. If you land on draw a card, you simply draw a card from the deck. If you roll on a challenge or a wrestler that's not yours, then you both go in the middle of the ring and you have a wrestling match. What you're going to do is you're going to roll a dice and compare. Higher one wins, and you will win one. You have to win 3 of the battles. If you have a power card, you can always play a power card and add it to your dice, but you have to play it before you roll. The person, and if you lose a match, then they are out in the box and eliminated from the game. The last player left with any of the WWF superstars is the winner of the game. Like a Survivor Series match, you have to eliminate everybody you're up against. While this is a pretty terrible game, we're not going to judge that. We're looking to see if the mechanism and the IP match. You're going to have wrestlers jumping into the ring and fighting each other with a dice roll-off. While not an interesting mechanism and not one I would recommend anybody designing a game, it does work that you're jumping in the ring and you're fighting. Now, had this game been called Survivor Series, it would have made a lot more sense because you're going to have a team of your own WWF superstars, and one by one they're going to be eliminated until you're the only person left with WWF superstars. And if you totally eliminate the other team, you win the game. That would have been really neat if this was called Survivor Series. But it's not. It's called Wrestling Challenge. And I gotta tell you what you gonna do, brother, when you have a board game based on WWF Wrestling that takes out the most interesting aspects of wrestling, which is the storylines and the characters, and you just have stills and you're rolling a 6-sided die to see who scores the highest? Well, you're gonna have a pretty bad game. And that's what you're going to get in the WWF Wrestling Challenge. Steer clear because the IP doesn't work, the mechanisms don't match, and there isn't any redeeming factor about this game. Steer clear.